Well, here it is, my first vlog. I've been a long-time YouTube user, going back to the days before Google owned and operated it. I've always wanted to create a channel, but have been too afraid to put myself out there. I found a workaround with this more anonymous way of vlogging. Let's hope it works out. That fear that kept me from publishing is going to be a persistent theme on this channel. I have generalized anxiety disorder, as well as bipolar 2 disorder. They both conspire to make my life more challenging than it ought to be. My spouse recently bought me a journal, telling me it helps to clear one's thoughts and suppress anxiety. I guess that's in part where the newfound inspiration to vlog comes from. About me, I am in my late 30s. I am unemployed and have been for 3 years. I have not wasted all that time though. Instead, I've used it to return to school and get my degree. I am now only 11 weeks from finishing, and that's partially what leaves me terrified. I feel like I re-entered school thinking it would be the end-all be-all solution. What a childish way to think. I now feel wholly unqualified for every position the degree affords me. I feel the pressure is on. I now have a daughter I must care for, and savings is rapidly depleting. I feel selfish for having pursued this goal, but I now have no choice but to finish it and move forward with whatever haphazard plan I can contrive. Today I feel hopelessly uninspired to do anything. I am nearing the end of a class I feared all year, though it ended up being easier than I imagined, something that happens to me often, overestimating bad outcomes. But I feel guilty when I'm unproductive. I need to get to work, but I am also exhausted from non-stop study over the 3 years. There has been no break between classes. I know I'll get something done today, but so much time has already elapsed. I am meeting a friend tonight for dinner. I met with him last week. I should mention he's in the field I hope to enter. I was encouraged by his words and the strategy he recommended for entering the field. I am jealous of their success and badly want it, not because I care for money, but because I want to give my family the security I have not been able to provide for some time. I really look up to this friend, and I'm fortunate he was so willing to impart his knowledge. But I also cringe at spending money on eating out, even if it's inexpensive chicken wings. Every day is the same. I wake up, exhausted at the prospect of the day's events, knowing they will look much like the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, going back over 1,000 continuous days. Even with a newborn, life seems dull. I feel like I'm trapped in the movie Groundhog Day. It doesn't help that what I must spend the day working on has little bearing on what I'll actually do in industry. All this theory is interesting, but I'm at my wit's end with learning non-applicable stuff. I want to be free. I want to know what it's like again to not have to worry about paying for a $2 hamburger meal. I want to know what it's like to feel proud of my vacation. I want to know what it's like to feel like I'm not failing my family. I want to know what it's like to hone a respectable craft over time and be fairly compensated for my efforts. I was miserable at my last job, but I feel I've forgotten just how miserable it is, and it's tempting sometimes to tell myself I wish I'd never left. I know that comes from a place of being comfortable with the familiar. I know my anxiety about the future is tied up in all the uncertainty it poses. With such uncertainty comes hope and endless potential for growth beyond imagination. But my pessimistic mind does not allow me to celebrate anticipated growth. Rather, it imagines the worst outcomes and tortures me with them. I hope, like always, these negative outcomes never materialize. All I can do is continue what I'm doing, working hard every day to make myself marketable enough for an employer to take a chance on me. Even then, I imagine myself at a new job in a new field and become panicked. I will never win this race against my negative mind.